Hello and welcome back to HW Blue. We'll continue with the sketch tools. Previously we did these tools which are like primary tools for sketching, and now today we'll be do this particular group which is more into editing of sketch. So right now we will start with trim tool. To do that, first we need to do some sketch. So let's make some sketch. And so, yeah. So now when I have to use trim tool, you'll see the first option is power trim. So power trim is a brilliant tool in trim, brilliant option in the trim. So it is actually acting as a lawn mower. So you need to just move your cursor by pressing the left click, and it will go on cleaning things. All the entities which comes in its way will be deleted or trimmed, I should say. So this is how power trim works. So next is the corner trim. So the corner trim is basically, as you can see from the icon itself, it is basically creating a corner. So how it does creates a corner? Let's try with these two lines. So it is already a corner, but these are extended lines. So this is how corner trim works. The third option is trim away inside. Trim away inside. I don't think we have got any sketch for this. Let's make a line. So next, now let's get back to the third option, trim away inside. So we have to select two boundaries, and then we can get rid of this, the middle one. And same is with trim away outside, but the opposite of it. Trim away outside. Now see, everything outside it is getting trimmed. So now this one is the trim to closest. This is basically considering a boundary. So if I select this, it got trimmed, considering this as a boundary, and now this, again, this has happened. So if I do it with this, like this. So this is the trim to closest tool. So the next tool is, there are two options you see. So keep trimming entities as construction geometry. So what does it do? It basically trims the firm line but keeps it as a construction line. For example, if I do the trim and keep it checked, then what will happen? It's basically turning it into a construction line. Now next is ignoring trimming of construction. Ignore trimming of construction geometry. Just do this and uncheck this. So this will mean that this particular construction line will not be trimmed, but a firm line can be trimmed. So it's useful when you don't want to accidentally trim your construction lines. So this is how the trim tool works. So the next tool in this group is extend entities. So extend entities, as the name suggests, when you want to extend it, you just select that line and it gets extended. So either way. So it is extended entities. So it is considering the very next entity as its destination. So in the extend entities, this is only one option which we have got. Moving on to the next command, which is convert entities. For that, I have modified this particular model. I have added some cuts. So let's get into the sketch first. Select space. So now we can sketch. So in this, let's select convert entities. It is asking for convert. So for that, we can either select the face. So it will convert all the edges of it. You see all the 4 edges are being converted. Or you could have selected edges one by one. So this is how this convert entity command work. Into this next we have silhouette entities. This is slightly complex in nature, so we will understand this in later stages because it's the very beginnings for you all. So we'll not go through this at this moment. And the other one also, intersection curve. Intersection curve. We will go once we are done with the solid modeling. Otherwise, it will be confusing for you right now that how it is happening. So right now we will be purely doing which are limited to 2D plane. So next command what we see is offset entities, which is being grayed out right now. So let's get into the 2D sketch. Now you see it is okay. But to offset, we need to have some entities already there. So let's make a circle, define it by some dimensions, get 100. Now we can use it. So the prefilled value is 10 mm. You can add it. So now you see there is an offset circle to it, which is at 10 millimeters to it. So this is what we have, an offset command. We select again. If you see it is asking add dimensions, mean automatically add the dimension whatever we give here. If we uncheck it and then do the offset, it will become not defined, means there is no dimension. You have to manually add the dimension as the next step. So by default it is checked. So what else is there in it? So add dimensions, let's keep it. Next is reverse. As the name suggests, it is the direction of the offset. Select chain, means when you have a chain of entities, then it automatically selects the complete chain, not single entities one at a time. Bidirectional means both side. So you see, let's make it consider 5. So you see there are 2 offsets at a single click. So now next is what is construction geometry, means what you want to keep as construction geometry. Is it the base geometry? Let's select this and then see what happens. So you see what it has done, that the baseline from which we did the offset is being converted into a construction geometry. And otherwise, if we select this and then then it's the opposite. Means the offset circles are now construction geometry and the base is a firm line. So this is what we have an offset command. Moving on to the next command, which is at offset on a surface. This also will take up once you are into the 3D modeling part. Mirror entities. This is again can be used independently inside a 2D sketch. So to execute this, first we need to make something. So let's make this a line. Let's do some sketching. What I am doing right now, I am making a slot for which I could have used this command as well. But just as an illustration, add some dimensions to it. So now you see it is still blue because it is not completely referenced. So to check where we're lagging, we can simply, so you see there is a lag. Basically, there are no constraints to it. So right now I'm adding some constraints, but I'll explain that later, how many types of constraints we have. So we have got the entity done. Now we can use the mirror entities. So in the mirror first space, it is asking entities to mirror. So we select this, or you can do a crossing window. Select this, mirror about, done. So if you keep the checked copy checked, then it will keep both the sketches. If you uncheck it, then it will keep the mirror part, mirror entity, and original will be deleted like that. Simple. So next is, in the series we have linear sketch pattern. Linear sketch pattern, as the name suggests, it's a pattern in linear direction. So direction, it is saying x-axis means this way. What shall be the pitch of that? Let's keep it 100. And how many occurrences? Let's keep it 3. And entities to pattern, selecting all of them. So now this is the linear pattern. What, and inside linear pattern we also have y-axis. So once we change it, change the value to 50, entities to pattern, increase this distance to 100. You see, now we have got these mirrored in both the directions. So this is how linear sketch pattern works. In the same button we have got circular sketch pattern also. So let's try this as well, circular sketch pattern. So first thing is the point about which it shall be rotated. So it has selected this point as the center of rotation. We can change this also. Let's use this as a center of rotation. Or maybe we should draw a fresh sketch. That would be better. So let's draw something. Okay. So we have got entities here. Now we select circular pattern, parameters. We have selected that point, entities to select them one by one. Okay, it is selecting the complete profile. So there are other customizations available. Instead of point, we can also give x and y coordinates, and then there is a 360-degree revolution. If we change it to 180, means 4 entities in 180-degree angle rotation. Equal spacing. So if we uncheck that, then we can, instead of entering the complete angle, we can enter small occurrences. Dimension. You can also add this. So like that, it works. Now the very good feature is instances to skip. For example, if you don't want one particular occurrence to be there, so you see these pink or magenta points, you just click it. So this will not be, this will be vanished. Now you see, it's basically this entity, and we have patterned it in a circular manner by skipping this particular instance. So this is how circular sketch pattern works. Now coming on to the move entities command. So to move entities, it is selecting, asking to move what exactly we want to move. We select this. Now it is asking parameters from to. So from to start point, this should come here. So like this, it's just a simple move command, like when we want to move the. Next is copy entities. Instead of moving, you want to copy them. So we selected all of it from to start point. Any point you can select. It's not necessary that it should be center, but that is actually working as a base point. Third is rotate entities. Let's try this. Rotate if you want to rotate particular entity. Remove some of it. Okay, I was in the command. S to all. Okay, so coming back to it, rotate entities. Rotate entities. So let's select all of this. Center of rotation. Let's select this. How many degrees? 45. It got rotated. And okay, that's it. Next is scale entities. To scale the size of it, select the entities, scale about, again a base point you need to have. And what should be the scale factor? Say 0.5. So we have scaled down the entities now. See, the size is reduced, or we can also scale up. Stretch entities. Stretch entities, let's try selecting this. Stretch about. So it's not working because it's an arc, because it will lose its shape. Principally, we'll try this on a rectangle. So it has already selected what we have done. Stretch about. Try it again. Stretch entities. Stretch about. So it is as good as simply dragging the rectangle by picking it up. Let's try it one more time. So basically, what is happening? You see the difference? That normally when I stretch it, it also increases its height. But right now, because I have selected only this portion of it, that's why it is behaving like that. So this was the last command for the today's video. We'll continue in the upcoming videos. Next, we will try to start modeling directly, and maybe we can talk about these things: display relations, delete relation, add relation. These are also interesting topic we'll cover in the upcoming videos. Thank you for your time. That's all for today. See you.